welcome to the Jazz and Eli podcast. I am Eli.
I'm Jazz.
And we have some random history facts for you guys today. I paused it. I told it no.
It didn't listen to you.
That's rude.
Don't you hate it when the TV doesn't listen to you?
When it starts on its own, yeah, I kind of don't like that at all.
Ooh, ghosts.
Ghosts! Yeah, totally. My TV's possessed
The
by
TV is possessed.
someone who wants to binge watch The Crown, season 2. Same though, I feel you. But we gotta film a podcast first. And we had to restart it because I didn't charge my phone beforehand, and that's what we're recording on. So
we had to start over.
So we had to start over. I also didn't like the first take, so it sounded kind of bleh.
We'll try to do better this time.
Hopefully. Okay. So we had covered some stuff, but we're just gonna go ahead and re-say it.
Listen. Notes! We've got notes!
We've got paper and,
we wrote stuff down with pens.
I don't know how factual any of this is.
We did do a little bit of research, but, it's the internet, so...
I mean, yeah, I saw 3 articles that said the same thing, and usually that's a pretty good sign that,
It's most likely true.
It's most likely true. I forgot to turn off my alarms.
We did enough due diligence. It stopped again, didn't it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's still recording.
We did as much due diligence as we could, but, if we were wrong, sorry.
Oh well, this is a beginning podcast, and I'm not looking for much street cred here.
Alright,
so Albert Einstein was offered a presidential seat in Israel, and he turned it down. I don't know why they offered it to him. I'm assuming
why he turned it down.
Or why he turned it down. I'm assuming he didn't want to do it because he's a scientist. He's not a leader.
Perhaps.
So, I mean, that's my assumption.
I guess if anybody's a smarty pants, they can tell us in the comments below.
Right? Yeah. It's like, do you know why Albert Einstein turned it down, and or why Israel was like, hey,
come be our president.
Come be our president. I mean, I don't, blame them for doing it, because, having a scientist as a president would be fucking great, especially these days.
Well, right? In comparison to current events.
Yeah, for real.
Alright. So, Napoleon was attacked by bunnies. In 1807, apparently he just signed a treaty and decided he wanted to celebrate by hunting rabbits for some reason. So, the guy he appointed to do it.
You're loud.
You're loud.
Just turn it down a little.
Alright.
It picks up pretty good sound.
Anyways.
The
guy he appointed to do it rounded up several hundred to several thousand. The reports vary. Rabbits. And caged them all up and got them ready for the hunt, and then let them go, expecting them to run away as rabbits do. And instead, they charged the food givers. And chased everybody, and was like climbing up people's clothes, and made them all run away. And so instead of hunting rabbits, they were hunted themselves.
Yeah. Karma's a bitch.
Right. Turns out the guy had rounded up the rabbits from surrounding farms. So rather than running away, being afraid of the humans, they saw the humans as food givers and charged them instead.
And we're like, yay, food, we're hungry.
Yeah, so can you imagine several hundred to several thousand rabbits, hungry, chasing you for food? Alright, well,
wow.
So Napoleon got chased by rabbits.
There was a 40-minute war.
40 minutes.
40 minutes. Shortest war in history.
Which war was this?
The Anglo-Zanzibar War. Only lasting 38 minutes. I'm not exactly sure how many people died.
Probably not many in 40 minutes.
I don't know. I don't know a whole lot behind that. But, yeah, that's the shortest war in history.
I also saw the longest war. It was like several hundred years long and nobody died.
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
Yeah, I did. And I wrote it down. So we'll talk about that here shortly, actually.
Let's see. In 1958, Groucho Marx did a 2-minute Charleston on the rubble of Hitler's bunker.
Of where he,
like where his bunker was. I guess that was bombed where he supposedly died, if that's where he actually, since they didn't really ever confirm that that's where he died.
Has it not been confirmed at all where Hitler died?
Huh?
I'm not sure. Didn't him and his...
I know, but I know the bunker was bombed. Anyway, rubble, Charleston, Groucho Marx.
Alright.
Doing the Charleston on the rubble of the bunker.
I'm down with that. I'd do it on the grave of Hitler.
Oh,
but
yeah, definitely.
Then again, is there like some
I'm not sure
karma on that? Or like, is something gonna follow you home?
It's Hitler. I don't think there's any karma for doing anything. You could probably piss on Hitler's grave and not get any negative karma from it. It's Hitler.
Right.
He's got all the bad karma.
He's got all the bad karma.
He will suck the bad karma right out of that.
Right? He'll balance it out, neutralize it.
Right. Alright, what else you got?
I think it's your turn.
I just did the Charleston.
Before the invention of the alarm clock, there were people called knocker-ups who would shoot peas at workers' windows to wake them before their shifts.
One wonders who woke them up.
For real, that's what I thought too.
They just stay up.
Like, did they just like sleep during the day and wake up at night just to hang out and wait to wake everybody else up,
Mm-hmm.
or?
I could see that. I mean, but what if someone had like a mid shift? Did they have mid shifts?
I have no clue.
Like,
but yeah, I saw that one and I was like, but who woke them up?
yeah, for real. Like, who wakes them
I
up?
always wondered like how people woke up on time before alarm clocks.
Right? And I've always, yeah. That never really, I mean, it occurred to me, and I was just like, that's weird. But then I never put much thought into it. My dad's puzzled. It's funny.
Well, I mean, if you had the days where you're burning candles,
Yeah.
nighttime, everybody just went to bed. There wasn't no night shift. People didn't do shit unless you're a grave digger or something.
I mean,
Well, I mean, candles are expensive, so yeah, everyone's in bed with the sun pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Something I read now, unverified, I didn't look into it any further than what I read, but apparently people used to sleep in shifts, like they would sleep for a little while, get up, mess around, do whatever, read, fuck, whatever, and then go back to bed, and like back before electricity and whatnot, like hundreds of years ago.
Oh, okay. So if it was like dark.
But again, unverified, I didn't do any research on this. I happened to see it while I was reading all this other stuff. So
Weird.
that would suck if you're in Alaska.
Yeah, it would. Oh my god.
yeah, fortunately not a lot of people live
Yeah,
in
I don't think a lot of people inhabited that
But
space.
nobody had electricity, so whatever. Anyway.
Yeah. So I mean, it just kind of, I guess, depends on who you are and what they were going through at the time.
Alright. Let's see. Sunglasses, as many may know, were invented by the Chinese.
Okay, I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, like in the 1200s. Like, I don't know exactly.
Oh, so like sunglasses have been around for a long time.
Freaking time, yes.
It's like we need to protect our eyes from the sun.
But they were not used to protect their eyes from the sun.
Really?
They were used to shield judges' eyes so that nobody could see their emotions.
Oh, fuck.
So.
Wow.
Yeah, so it wasn't to block the sun or protect their eyes, it was to hide emotion.
Wow.
So the judges wouldn't give away their position or whatever.
Yeah, I did not know that at all.
I didn't either.
Sunglasses have been around for so long that they were not used intentionally
to block
the sun. That's crazy. Okay, this one's, I don't know, you probably saw this one. But in 1929, Princeton researchers were able to turn a live cat into a functioning telephone.
I did not read any further into it or do any further research, but I did see that one.
I saw that one a couple of times, so I'm going with it's probably true.
Possibly.
But again, I didn't do any further research, and it didn't occur to me to do any further research. I was just like, oh, that's a cool little thing, a little piece of knowledge. But I didn't, I should have thought about that, and it really disappoints me that I didn't. Because I want to know how that worked out.
Yeah.
It was a live cat. It wasn't like a dead cat that they stuffed and turned into a phone.
Yeah,
it's a fucking live cat. And I want to know how that worked. Was the cat harmed in the making of this telephone?
No idea. I guess you should have done more research.
Yeah.
Man, if you dial the wrong number and make the cat mad.
Alright, so on the Great Wall of China.
Uh-huh.
Alright. So, some of the men who guarded the wall never left it. They were born there, raised there, lived there, married there, died there, worked there.
Contractors, same thing.
Just, never left. They were always there.
Uh-huh.
That was their home, was that wall.
Mm-hmm. They lived in camps near the wall, and the contractors also, I just know this just by basic knowledge, but contractors would die and would be buried in the wall.
Yeah. Lots of people buried in that wall.
Oh, yeah. I learned that on Pop Tropica, which is a kid's game. But, they do, history things or, little... Pop Tropica was a bomb game for kids. I will say so myself.
Learned some stuff on it.
I did. Before I even got to high school, I knew some shit that some other kids didn't know. I was like, I feel like a fucking know-it-all right now. Because I know my history. What's up? Okay, so... so this one's kind of weird. It's kind of like a ghost story kind of thing.
Alright.
In 1948, the SS Orang Medan sent numerous distress calls to ships in Morse code that said all officers, including captain, are dead, lying in chart room and the bridge. This is in Morse code to other ships. This is a distress call.
Uh-huh.
And another message said, I die. Well, God, if that's true, it's so
Give
creepy.
me the creepy, right?
Yeah. The ship was found with all passengers frozen alive with their mouths open and faces contorted.
Wow, that is creepy.
Yeah. Ugh. If that's real, that is the most fucked thing I've ever heard in my life.
Alright, let's see what else I got here. Alright. So, about adoption events for animals and, stuff like that. Well, in 1911, Parisians seeking to become parents could either go through a regular adoption process or, have a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Or there was a baby lottery. People signed up, paid money, there was a raffle, and they basically auctioned off children
to good homes.
Yeah, well, eventually, they, the winners of the raffle there was a background check, and, they made sure that they were, going to be good homes, but...
This was in the 40s?
No, this was 1911.
Okay, that's still in this, and, the most recent 20th
within the
century.
Last 100-ish years.
Yeah. Oh, God, that's over 100 years ago.
Over 100 years ago. Let's see. The proceeds of the raffle were divided among charitable institutions, and an investigation of the winners was made to determine their desirability as foster parents.
Jeez.
I got this off Mental Floss. I even cited my stuff.
Wow, I didn't. In some articles, type in, random weird facts in history.
All kinds of articles pop up for that.
Oh, yeah,
100
facts and just, yeah.
They held a raffle to
To
auction
sell
off
babies.
live babies
Oh my god.
in 19...
That sounds very similar to,
But
like...
at the same time, I mean, like, they were at least trying to find these kids homes
Fair.
in a time when children were pretty much disposable.
Ugh.
There wasn't any child labor laws. There weren't any child neglect or abuse laws.
Ugh.
Children were just literally property of adults. And if there were no adults to take charge of them, they were just sort of left on their own.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, 2- and 3-year-olds could be wandering the street with no parents. Nobody to take care of them. I know, it's heart-wrenching. So, I mean, at least these people were trying to find these kids, had provided a proper, orphanage for
Something,
them. Were
yeah.
trying to find good homes for them.
I mean, it was better than what their previous system had been.
Exactly. I mean, so...
It was an attempt.
It was an attempt to do something good in what today seems like a really weird way.
Yeah.
But they were really trying to do their best for those kids.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's, just we never know the situation.
Right?
We didn't live in that time, so we couldn't possibly know.
But, yeah, so that... Apparently, there's no records of it ever happening again.
I'm sorry, but if I saw a 3-year-old roaming the streets, I'd pick it up and it'd be mine.
You would think, but there was just so many of them.
Yeah.
There really was just no way.
They're like animals, like basically overpopulation of children.
Because, I mean, people died so much, and if a
God.
child was just left orphaned and there was no family to take them, then they were just left to wander, and...
That's awful.
Yeah, or there was no social safety net, there was no child abuse and neglect, there was no child protective services or foster system
there
or
weren't systems
nothing
in place
centralized like there is today
for that.
in pretty much every country. So
maybe not much longer in this country.
We shall see.
Oh man, we always end up talking about politics.
So let's continue on our lovely.
Okay. Apparently there is a giant mushroom in Oregon.
I was gonna say that one. It's 2,400 years old and it covers several square miles.
300 square miles.
300
of land.
square miles.
Yeah, like, oh my god, that is a big fucking mushroom. I've never heard of this before.
Most of it's underground, of course.
Most of it's underground.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like.
Yeah.
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 You know how much shit it took to make that.
But yeah, it's like 2,400 years old. I saw that one too.
Well, Oregon's a pretty, like, moisturized... Yeah, it's a shithole. It's pretty moisturized, damp, dark, cold place where fungus can grow.
Not that cold if fungus can grow.
I mean,
cold compared to Oklahoma most days.
Yeah, like, it's where a fungus can grow.
Right.
I mean, so it was cool instead of humid and hot, like in Oklahoma. It's dry here, whereas it's pretty moisturized.
I don't think we could get a mushroom growing 300 square miles.
For over 2,000...
For over 2,000 years.
2,000 years.
Yes.
Like, how did it not get chopped down at some point?
Well, honey, that picture of the gigantic mushroom is not real.
Okay.
It's actually, like... The actual spores of it, like the actual mushroom portion, is much smaller.
Okay.
What they're talking about is the mycelium spread from this one mushroom.
Okay. So by giant, they're just saying
it's spread its mycelium for hundreds of square miles, which is amazing.
Yeah, for a mushroom.
And it is still growing.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, so it's all interconnected mycelium from this one mushroom.
That's crazy. There's trees like that, too, that take root and, like, just kind of sprout other, baby trees. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I don't remember what that was. I think that's also in, like, Washington, Oregon area.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. Since you stole my mushroom one.
Sorry.
Alright, so the Great Fire of 1666 in London.
1666.
1666.
I almost wrote that down, but I don't think I did. If I did,
okay, one report I saw, only 8 people were killed, and the other one I looked at was 16.
Yeah, oh, really?
It was started on September 1st when Thomas Farrinor, the King's Baker, failed to properly extinguish his oven.
The King's Baker?
So
it started...
No, it wasn't like it was in London, not in the castle.
Okay.
But I guess he baked for the king.
Okay.
Anyway, I think I
So,
saw
like, his shop went down or something.
Right. Yeah.
And then
So
took out...
he went to bed, and then sometime around midnight, sparks from the smoldering embers ignited firewood lying beside the oven. Yes, I am reading something from History.com. Let's see. The light from the fire could be seen 30 miles away.
Whoa.
On September 5th, the fire slackened.
Kind of like Tulsa burning.
Yeah. September 6th, it was brought under control, but that same evening, flames again burst forth.
Damn.
But the explosion of buildings with gunpowder extinguished the flames.
Really?
Yep.
What the hell?
The fire engulfed 13,000 houses, nearly 90 churches, and scores of public buildings.
Scores?
Scores.
What does score even mean?
I believe that's... Score is 20, isn't it? I want to say
score.
I think a score is 20. If anybody is a smarty pants and I'm wrong, please let us know.
Smarty pants.
Smarty pants.
You fucking nerd.
Please be a nerd. Let me know I'm wrong. Let's see.
For
the
real.
scores
Educate.
of public buildings. Yeah, I'd love to know. I'm pretty sure it's 20 though. The old St. Paul's Cathedral was destroyed, as were many other historic landmarks, and an estimated 100,000 people were left homeless.
Yeah, I saw that part. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, so, and then the mushroom was...
But only a few people died. But still, a lot of people died. Only a few.
Yeah, but only out of all of that, only 8 to 16, depending on which report you read, died.
Yeah.
So that's really not bad, all in all. I mean...
It's a huge chunk of London, I'm sure.
Like, pretty much all of downtown London was decimated.
That sucks.
And the king immediately started rebuilding.
Units.
Huh? It's 20 units?
20 units.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Nice.
He is a smarty pants.
That should be the producer. Where he just looks up shit in the background.
It tells us, when we're wrong.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Wrong. Fake news.
Alright.
Okay, so Stalin invented Photoshop.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
Yeah, he would have his pictures doctored specific to eliminate people who had died and would avoid questions from their family members about his inner circle and why they were there
and also people who died.
Yeah.
Didn't you Photoshop those out too?
Yeah. People who had died to avoid families asking questions about dead people from his circle. So, like, fuck.
Yeah.
Stalin was a dude.
Yeah, he was kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
Crazy shit.
He was and I've got more.
Huh?
I got more on Stalin. This bitch, I mean, damn.
Yeah, he was not a good dude.
No. We vaguely learned about him in history. Just like him and Hitler kind of like...
He existed, he was bad.
It's like him and Hitler weren't friends, but they were basically on the same level of shit.
Yeah.
Of garbage people. But they were not on the same team.
No.
So, yeah.
German was spoken in many households in the U.S.
Until World War II.
Until after World War II.
Mm-hmm.
And of course that's when a lot of Germans suddenly changed their names a little.
They changed their names, they stopped speaking the language.
Our very own family was one of those.
Yeah.
We went from a wolf with 2 F's and an E to just being wolf with 1 F, I believe.
Just as a wolf.
Just wolf.
Well, like the national language.
They at least dropped, I can't remember if they are still 2 F's, but they definitely dropped the E.
Yeah.
Well, for the U.S. national language, when they had a vote for English or German lost out by 1 vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were very nearly a German-speaking country. But yeah, well, actually it was until after World War I when patriotism snuffed it out. But yeah, I mean, there was like newspapers.
The birth of patriotism.
Schools were taught in German. I mean,
wow.
Yeah, like... very widely spoken.
Very few schools in the United States actually teach German as a language
after
course.
World War I, nobody.
It's mostly Chinese, French, and Spanish.
Yeah, but
German
is still taught, but it's
not as...
definitely not pushed.
No. Spanish is the easiest class to take, though.
I also saw somewhere, although this is not one of the ones I wrote down, so I don't have a whole lot of information on it, but they also tried to start a new Germany in Texas.
What the hell, really?
Yes.
Why?
Well,
when was this?
A bunch of Germans moved to Texas and tried to basically make it New Germany. They failed, but...
Yeah, obviously.
Wonder why.
But I bet you there's still a very heavy German descendant population in Texas.
I'm sure.
I have no doubt. But, yeah. Again, I don't have a whole lot of information on that one. It's not one of the ones I wrote down, but I did see it when I was doing my research.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy. Was that on your list, the German-speaking thing?
Yes, the German-speaking thing was on my list.
Okay. The Leaning Tower of Pisa has always been leaning. Its foundation has always been crooked. I kind of knew this, but I always heard that it leaned because the architects messed it up and didn't do the math right, so it just started to lean because the ground was
too soft. That's what I always heard.
Yeah, so apparently it always been that way.
Like it started sinking immediately?
No, okay. When the carpenters noticed the lean, all construction had stopped for 100 years, they'd noticed that it was leaning when they were building it, like the foundation
was
on just a curve.
So, like, the foundation just wasn't flat, it was...
Yeah.
And they didn't notice that it wasn't fully level until they got it to
a certain point, and then they stopped building it for 100 years.
Wow.
And I guess we're trying to either figure out how they could get it up to level, or I don't know. Again, no research was really done on this. We're bad researchers. Maybe we'll get better.
Well, it's just a short podcast, all in all. So, level of research. You want to inform us further, feel free to do so in the comments.
Yeah, really.
All right, so, apparently the Hindenburg wasn't the first fatal airship crash.
Was it the only one in America, though?
No.
Oh, fuck.
No, actually, it happened a couple of times before that. Let's see,
I wonder
back
why
in
that
1930, the R-101 was also the largest airship of its time. I am quoting this from Cracked.com.
She's doing better than me.
Well, I actually wrote down my citations on some of these. Not on the first few, but anyway.
Sorry, I didn't cite.
It's easy because I was copying and pasting. Anyway.
Cheater! I wrote mine down by hand.
Well, you know what? This was easier because I was working at the time.
Blah, blah, blah.
Anyway, I'm sure my employers would love to hear that I was doing this instead of actually working. But whatever,
I don't think they'll care.
If they knew, they would. But they're not. Anyway, continuing. Let's see. Back in 1930, the R-101 was also the largest airship of its time while making its maiden voyage from England to France. The R-101 went down as well, killing 48. Let's see.
So that one was in France?
Voyage from England to France. Let's see. It's almost However, the worst airship disaster ever was a few years later in 1933, 4 years before the Hindenburg disaster.
Okay.
The Akron was one of 2 ships commissioned by the U.S. Navy to essentially act as an airborne aircraft carrier.
Oh, fuck.
In 1932 at Lakehurst, yes, the same place the Hindenburg went down, the Akron lost control in front of onlooking congressmen and smashed its fin into the ground. That's what we in the airship business call extreme in-your-face foreshadowing. 3 months later, the ship was involved in another horrific accident when it unexpectedly took off with 3 sailors still attached to the mooring lines. 2 ultimately fell to their deaths, and the whole thing was captured on newsreel. Let's see. But, you know what? They still put up the Hindenburg. Whatever. Let's see. A month later, while flying off the coast of New Jersey, the Akron crashed into the ocean for reasons still unclear, killing 72 people.
I wonder why the Hindenburg stuck.
Then, another airship showed up to look for survivors. It also crashed, killing another 2. So, yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
Big, giant balloons filled with helium explode. Newsflash, not a brilliant idea.
Probably not.
Yeah. They crash, explode, they're unwieldy, and they're filled with giant
so I wonder
flammable
why
gas.
the Hindenburg stuck better than those.
Probably because it was the last one.
Probably.
They're like, okay, yeah, you know what? This is not a good idea. We're done.
So people keep dying.
People, yeah, we've killed a lot of people here. We might want to stop.
I wish the ethics on things like that were still around today.
Oh, no, that's okay. They'll just get rid of the regulations when they become inconvenient or expensive for the business that wants to violate them. Oh, I'm sorry. We're talking politics again. Continue.
Yeah. Speaking of politics, let's dive into some U.S. history.
All right.
George Washington was the sickest president in U.S. history. He had malaria, carbuncle, dysentery, smallpox, diphtheria, and more. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
His teeth had lead in them.
Yeah, so. That's actually one of my other ones. Yeah. Yeah, this dude was also not mentally stable, as well as...
Probably had lead poisoning.
Yeah, because of lead poisoning. That's why he wouldn't be mentally stable. But he also had fucking diphtheria and dysentery. And yeah, it's like, this dude was a pretty unfortunate guy. But then again, it was...
1700s.
The 18th century, and, you know, everyone got sick with something like this at some point.
Yeah, lack of antibiotics, vaccines.
But I thought these were, like, deadly.
Not necessarily. Not everybody died from them.
Okay, so he just survived them.
Right.
That poor bastard.
Right? If they were survivable, it was just not.
It wasn't high.
People did die from them.
Poor people probably died from them.
Exactly. He probably had good health care.
He probably had, saw doctors.
What was considered good health care at the time.
His environment was generally pretty clean.
Ish.
Generally.
He had hemp.
Clean for them.
He had CBD, man.
Hey, man.
And lots of weed. He was a hemp farmer.
Yeah, so.
Until he started... when he finally died, when he was ended up choking on his windpipe, basically.
What?
When he was like got pneumonia or whatever.
Oh.
Just couldn't breathe, and at the point in time they knew they had to do the tracheotomy, but none of the doctors wanted to kill George Washington with that type of surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was probably a pretty new procedure in the 1700s.
Probably. I wonder if...
I would not want to put a whole... I mean, in the
sense... Could you an infection there?
Right? Exactly. Would you want to risk that with the president?
I wonder if Claire from Outlander taught them that.
Oh my God.
Claire just has this... Well, she did just land in America, in the colonies.
Yeah, oh.
In the 1700s.
I totally downloaded the next book.
Nice.
Like, on Audible.
Yeah.
I need to listen to it.
Okay.
Oh, it's still going.
Yeah. You need to hush, okay?
We like the show. Okay, moving on. What else we got?
Right.
I'm not. I have used up all mine.
Oh, okay.
I can start reading off your list if you want, or just.
I mean,
we'll just read yours and we can discuss.
Okay, so Hitler was a vegetarian and was against animal cruelty.
But fuck the Jews.
Yeah, fuck you if you're black, Jewish, gay, gypsy, yeah. Fuck you, you die.
But don't kill the piggies.
Yeah.
Sweet piggies.
Yeah, don't kill the pigs or the cows. Don't beat the dogs. Don't kick anybody.
But, gas the Jews.
Gas the Jews. It's cool. Okay, Stalin was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize twice.
Sure.
1948.
Didn't we already know he was a pretty bad dude by that point?
Pretty sure, yeah, we did. And then in 1954.
Definitely knew by then.
This guy killed millions of people.
Well,
But was,
Obama was also given the Nobel Peace Prize, and he drone struck more people than anybody until now. So, apparently they just give out the Nobel Peace Prize all willy-nilly to whoever.
yeah, really, you rich and powerful. Boom, there you go. You got a Nobel Peace Prize. Congratulations. Have a good day.
Yep. So.
Oh, God. Okay, so Hitler took Stalin's son in an attempt to threaten Stalin, and Stalin wouldn't have any of it and didn't sign any papers or anything, and his kid died in Germany, in a German prison.
Nice. Such a big dick you'd even let your kid die in prison
rather than give up any kind of power.
Wow.
Apparently his name means man of steel. He changed it personally.
Of course he did.
Yeah. He went by a different name. I can't remember it, but I saw it in my limited research.
Look how many Russians died to make sure Germany, to regain Stalingrad from Germany. That was insane how many people died.
Russians died in Stalin's attempt to...
When Germany came in and rolled on basically Russians, when they kind of took Stalingrad, how many Russians died just to get it back?
Oh, yeah.
It's insane.
Damn.
Russians are hard, man.
Yeah, they are.
Alright, what else you got?
Burgers were called Liberty Steak. I kind of learned about this in history when I was a kid.
Ooh, Liberty Steak.
Liberty Steak, and Freedom Fries instead of potatoes because it sounded German.
Of course it does. Burger.
Yeah, burger. Hamburger sounds German, and I guess potato sounds...
Irish.
I don't know. Like, they called them Freedom Fries. Oh, not French fries. Because they were mad at France for some reason. I can't remember why.
I don't know, we've been mad at France off and on.
Well, we called them Freedom Fries recently, too, because France wouldn't go against Iraq, because they're, quote-unquote, when they had weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah, it was like the early 2000s.
America is so petty. Petty.
Yeah.
They're so petty.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're so petty.
Oh, you're not on our side agreeing with us 100%?
Fine,
okay.
we're calling our burgers Liberty Steak, okay? And our French fries
Freedom Fries.
Freedom Fries.
Because America.
Fuck yeah.
I like onion rings better anyways, fuck it.
Okay, Hitler had a nephew who lived in America and was in the U.S. Navy and fought against him in the war.
Fuck you,
nice.
Yeah, I wonder if
fuck
he was
you're
like...
vegetarian.
I don't know if that's like because he was drafted.
I don't think anybody was drafted in World War II.
No?
No.
Oh, okay. That was just Vietnam.
Yeah.
It's like the one and only time that ever happened.
As far as I know. Maybe Korea.
Oh, yeah, Korea.
Our producer will look it up.
Yeah, our producer is looking it up right now.
He's just getting roped in because he's here, and, well, he can't stand it when we don't know. So,
Fact-checking bullshit.
Yeah, he's our fact checker because we're fake news.
highly opinionated.
We have...
Somewhat based in fact.
Well, yeah, loosely based on fact. But...
We try to give correct information when we can, and we will definitely...
I can...
Nope, 1940. We required all men between the ages of 21 and 45 to register for the draft.
World War
Well, that's
I.
registered for the draft, but were they actually drafted for World War II?
Yeah. Or one. When was the earliest?
I mean, just because you had to register for the draft doesn't mean that everybody was drafted, like Vietnam.
And Korea.
I'm pretty sure people were drafted for Korea.
Yeah. Pretty sure, too.
Oh, I have a feeling a lot of people didn't.
Don't.
Remind 1940 and 1973, during peacetime and conflict, men were drafted to fill vacancies in the United States Armed Forces when they could not fill it by voluntary means.
All right.
All right, so there were people who were drafted. That doesn't necessarily mean he was.
He
He could have been, but he might have signed up willingly. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know that.
Again, if you do,
just let us know.
you know where the comment section is.
For real. Just let us know.
What was his name? What was Hitler's nephew?
I don't know.
Hitler?
I don't have his name. Something Hitler.
You could just look up Hitler's nephew in
Maybe like
World War
Andrew
II.
Hitler or something like that. I don't remember. His family was here, so he was like an all American basically.
Pretty sure there's still Hitlers in the U.S.
I wouldn't doubt it. They probably changed their fucking name though.
I think there are still some that go by Hitler.
Proud. Hitler proud. White nation.
Gosh, I hope they're not that stupid. Then again, you know.
That is the Hitler line.
Who knows?
I'm sure somebody knows.
Oh, yeah, you know, you're what? You're probably right. I bet the people who are related to
The
Hitler
age
know.
of technology.
We could find out if we wanted to.
We could.
But I don't really want to go hunting that information down.
Our producer's looking.
He's just looking to see what the kid's name was.
Oh,
I guess.
okay.
William.
William? And was he drafted?
Willie Hitler.
Willie Hitler.
I'm reading it.
Will he Hitler? Will he hit her? I have this Taylor Swift song stuck in my head.
That's pretty neat. He was raised in Britain, but apparently he decided he wanted to move back to Germany, but he could not connect with the German society because it was populated with Nazi propaganda.
He couldn't go back to Germany.
Yeah, could not connect with Germany because the society was polluted with Nazi propaganda.
Oh.
So he was anti-Nazi.
And it says he joined the Navy, U.S. Navy.
So he was probably
So
willingly signed up
to fight against his uncle. Wow, that's crazy. The Parliament of Iceland is the oldest still operational parliament in the world. I'm guessing it was established in 930 AD because all it said was 930.
Yes.
So I'm going with 930 AD.
930 BC. Well, that'd be a long fucking time.
Yeah. I'm going with AD.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, that's very long-winded.
It's funny how the time, isn't it after death and BC is before Christ?
Well, they changed it as modern era now.
Okay.
Yeah, or before current era and
So BCE.
BCE, that's
Okay.
before current era, and then
BCA. No. BCE. Or ACE.
I think it's just current, like CE, just current era.
Why is there two different eras?
Because it's before 2,000 years ago and after 2,000 years ago.
Okay.
Basically, we count from 2,000 years ago to now.
Okay. So that's why we're in the 2000s.
17, 18 years.
God, that's so long.
And then there was the time before that.
Yeah. Oh, that's
So that's how we count it.
That's so weird to think about, though. It's only been 2,000 years since.
God.
The supposed death of Christ.
Yeah.
The
not
alleged
a long time.
The alleged death of Christ.
Yeah, the alleged death of Christ. But that's
Depending on
not
your
really a
personal
long
beliefs.
time.
In the grand scheme of things, no.
But humans, I mean,
in
human years, it's forever.
Yeah.
World War II, civilians, just civilians. We lost 80 million civilians.
Whoa.
55 were killed.
55 million?
55 million were killed.
In Germany?
No, just because of the bombing and stuff like that.
Oh, fuck.
Then 19 to 28 million would die from war-related diseases.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
So, like, just the effects of war.
Yeah, they're like either from the chemicals or from starving because farmland was destroyed. 19 to 28 million people died just because
Just from
of
the side
war.
effects.
Because,
Yeah.
oh, man.
It's just insane how many people died.
I mean, it's going on currently.
Mm-hmm. Millions have died.
And once again, the United States, we're disconnected from it, so we don't think about these numbers.
No. We haven't really been attacked like that, or we haven't really had a whole lot of war on this soil.
No.
That wasn't our
Civil
own
War.
personal.
When we're fighting each other.
When we were fighting each other.
Yeah, at which point we lost like 2.5% of our population.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just in the fighting.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was casualties, side effects,
war,
famine, disease, etc. Yeah.
Rape, murder. Because of the war, because soldiers would do shit like that. 'Cause that's fucking
Alright, what else you got?
The weirdest and longest war was between the Netherlands and the Isles of Sicily. Lasted between 1651 to 1986.
So over 300 years?
A long time. A very, very long time.
But nobody died.
Nobody died.
0 casualties.
I don't know how a war happens without death.
I don't know how a 300-year-long war went without any casualties, but apparently, 'cause I saw that too.
Like,
I guess no shots fired. It was
Right.
mostly just people being huffy at each other.
you know,
What
War was
the time
declared, but they never actually fought
What was
any
the time frame?
battles. 1651 to 1986.
Damn. Yeah. And they didn't poison like water supplies or anything. That's what was fucked up.
Yeah, 0
You think they would-
casualties.
You think they would attack campsites?
Who was it
or
between?
The
Netherlands and the
and-
Isle of Sicily. Probably just no battles fought. It was just a lot of huffy talk.
Probably. Just shit talking. For
Yep.
300 years. 300 years!
So probably
That is
entrenched.
a long time.
Honestly, they're probably entrenched, so they didn't.
Yeah.
You know, nobody did anything besides sitting at an outpost looking at each other or whatever through binoculars
Right.
and whatnot.
But I can't fathom, like, just by human, like, how we act and stuff, like, usually if there's war, yeah, alright.
I'm actually shocked they didn't like poison water supply.
Yeah, like, do anything. Like, in known human history, most wars usually end in death. Like, people die in them.
But apparently not. I guess if no battles are fought, then
Well,
nobody would die.
I was thinking like the time
Yeah.
frame, you know, like when it started, you know, like, we didn't have bombs or anything like that. So I was thinking like they didn't send
This is
anybody
basically
across.
a feud. How is it even considered a
It's
war?
like, what's weird,
Probably
like, they
because
didn't send
war was
anybody.
declared, but then...
Maybe nobody knew that a war was declared.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, there were people into the 60s, like 1960s, who didn't realize slavery had been ended.
What?
Yeah.
Because I've been watching Fox News.
People in the 1960s?
There were still unfreed slaves in the 1960s. I don't remember where I saw
Duh! Schools were being integrated into.
They apparently had never gotten the news.
Oh, shit.
Talk about slow-moving news. Talk about being the last person to find out.
I know, how dumb would you feel? Wait. Slavery's been illegal for the last 100 years? And I'm
What?
still a slave?
What? I don't need to be on this Crackers land anymore.
I'm out! Yeah, I don't remember where I saw that.
Like black people?
African slaves. I don't remember where I read it, though.
How?
I don't know. I didn't really read the...
TVs were out.
If you're kept completely isolated, I suppose it's possible.
So some family decided that they were just going to keep on.
I guess so. And
just
kept
keep it
them
quiet.
so isolated that they had no clue. I guess. I'm not sure.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
That is awful.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't do a whole lot of research into it,
I
but
couldn't
I saw
imagine
something
that,
about that the other
for
day.
100 years you could have been a free person.
Yeah.
You were just held captive for generations, you and your family. generations had passed. Oh my God.
Yep. So, you know, there's that. Slavery was over 200 years ago.
Not for some people.
Yep.
Legally, yes, but in a lot of ways, no.
Yeah. Exactly.
Prison systems?
Oh yeah, well, you know, it's still legal as long as as long as you've been convicted of a crime, you can still be forced into labor. They can
But
force you to
slavery's
work
dead,
for free.
right?
Yeah, nobody's a
What?
slave today.
Slavery? Once if you get incarcerated, you become a
It's
slave.
exactly what we
Yeah.
were saying.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
legal
literally.
as long as you've been convicted of a crime.
Our producer's doing a crap job of paying attention to what's going on.
Well, yeah, I'm reading other news.
Alright, what else you got?
Okay, so when you think of the vibrator, how do you think it got invented?
I know how it got invented.
Yeah, it's some fun. Okay, so if you don't know,
Was it
I didn't know. The vibrator was created to treat hysteria because
Yes.
doctors took too long to masturbate the patient.
They thought that
manually.
orgasm cured hysteria.
Yeah, okay.
Psychology major over here, right?
Yeah. Okay,
So yeah, they
what's
thought
hysteria exactly?
hysteria. Basically, originally they thought the uterus wandered throughout a woman's body. Okay, yeah,
Nice.
Oh my God.
fucked up science aside, they thought the uterus wandered. I mean, we're talking.
Unresearched female bodies. I mean,
Okay, well, we're talking hysteria. We're talking Old Greek here.
Yeah.
We're talking long before they had any real knowledge of anatomy.
Yeah.
Anyway, but they thought that the uterus wandered through the body and wreaked havoc on our emotions and made us irrational and crazy and...
Women are still thought to be insane.
Right, well, and it's a lot of it stems from that
Whatever.
sort of thinking that, you know, any aberrant behavior or any undesirable behavior in a woman was due to her being just stupid and crazy. But they thought that
So insulting. Ugh.
orgasm
Would fix it.
cured hysteria. So doctors would come over and give all these ladies their orgasms so they wouldn't be hysterical.
Okay, how they
And
induce the orgasm? Of
They
vibrator?
manually manipulated the genitalia. So they invented the vibrator to take over. And yeah.
So they got a happy ending in a way.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Probably the only time in history women have ever been deliberately given a happy ending to make them nicer. So, yeah, that's how the vibrator came to be. That's also where dildos came from.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. But dildos have been around for a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
They
Fucking
were made out of
forever.
stone and all kinds of
Ow.
stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, not if it's smooth.
Bone or...
But still, yeah, so...
Anything's a dildo if you're brave enough. From what I understand, don't put a carrot up there. From what I've
I
heard.
wouldn't want to know.
I don't
Cucumber,
know.
man, what are you talking about?
Cucumber.
Why would you want to do a carrot anyway? That's long
Why
and slim.
vegetables? Really?
Well, I
though?
mean, at least the cucumber is sort of penis shaped.
Right? I mean,
The
for
carrot,
real.
not so much.
No.
Unless it's a really big carrot.
It likes abnormal
Snap off,
sized
man, that would
carrot.
suck.
I don't think that would happen.
So why not a carrot? Just because it's sharper?
Yeah,
or,
because
okay.
of the pointy end. I heard that in middle school. Don't masturbate with a carrot.
Good to know.
Yeah. I was like, alright.
Not likely.
No, I never really thought about
If
it.
I were to
but
use a
thanks.
vegetable, it would probably be a zucchini or a cucumber because it's like the proper shape.
I would never take anything out of our fridge and put it up my vagina and put it
A hot
back.
dog?
No,
Ew, I
that's,
hate
that's what Amazon's for, man.
Yeah,
No.
buy the dildo.
When I was 17,
Just buy that shit yourself.
yeah. That's what I did when I was 17.
I want to know.
I was 17 years old.
But legally able to buy your own sex toys.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Okie dokie.
Yeah, yeah. For real.
It's not like to ask your age at Amazon. Nope.
No, they don't.
They just let you buy your shit.
Uh-huh. It was a beautiful time.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She's got 5 freaking pages. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Front and back.
5 pages total. 3 pages front and back.
Do you know about the Titanic?
I know
Well,
some
besides
about
the
the
boat.
Titanic. What about the Titanic?
Hey.
Okay. Do you know about the shipwreck between the Olympic and the Hawk? Okay, so there's these 2 ships, the Olympic and the Hawk, and they got into a wreck. There's a whole conspiracy theory that the Olympic was really the Titanic, and the Titanic was the Olympic. So, like, they switched the boats because they wanted insurance money. The owners of the Olympic wanted insurance money for the wreck that had happened because they couldn't claim that wreck, so they switched the boats in the wreck. But that's not really related. That's just how I know of these boats. Is it that conspiracy theory?
Okay, so this is just a conspiracy. It's not something that, like, they know happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, the Olympic and the Hawk got into a wreck. The same company that owned the Olympic also owned the Titanic. So when the Titanic went out,
people said it was the Olympic for real.
Some people thought that it was the Olympic and not the Hawk. I mean, not the Titanic, because they wanted the insurance money on this rotor that powered the boat. So the boat was docked permanently, and they wanted to claim insurance on the rotor that had been damaged. And but that's not really related to this.
Okay.
That's just how I know of it. And the Britannic, I don't know anything about that wreck. But there's these 3 different wrecks that happened. And there was this woman named Violet Jessup who survived every single wreck.
I think she was the one causing all the problems.
Right. She sabotaged it.
I think there was a celestial being who wanted her dead, but she kept avoiding death.
Right, 2 celestial beings were at war with each other. They were trying to fight.
All thing I know about the Titanic, it just shows that even the tip will get you in trouble.
Thanks, Dad. Glad to have you on the show.
You're welcome.
He says, "This is what you get for not taking me home first."
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Violet Jessup is the only known to survive 3 shipwrecks. She was on the Olympic when it collided with the Hawk, and she was on the Titanic and on the Britannic when it sunk by a mine in World War I.
Sounds like she was bad luck.
She was bad luck. Like, I mean,
she was lucky, but bad luck to everybody else.
Yeah.
That's bad luck for that company.
Right?
Yeah, those companies.
Like, I blacklist her name. I'd be like, no, you can't get on it.
You are not allowed to be on any more ships. She could have been on the Hawk, and then on the Titanic, and then I didn't really research
Well, if a family member was on the Hindenburg or any of that. They're on no-fly list now. You're banned. You can't travel.
Okay, in the Middle Ages, people believed that sperm coming from the left testicle produced females, and they would have it removed if they only wanted boys.
Wonder how that worked out for them.
Really, though, I want to know, like, when I was writing this down, I really wanted to know when they figured out that that wasn't true.
Probably after a whole bunch of them had girls.
Right?
Oh, wait. And a few sons. Oh, shit.
It's like, it's really just a crapshoot.
Yeah,
there's no
because
real
that's
way
not
to
how
control
genetics
it.
works.
Yeah, it's like it happens. It's completely random. It's completely out of your control. Okay. The only medical procedure with 300% mortality rate was performed in 1847 when a doctor amputated a leg in 25 seconds. Taking 3 of his assistant's fingers, both the assistant and the amputated leg guy died from sepsis. And one of the guys who'd witnessed the event died from shock.
That's bad.
Yeah.
3 people died out of one damn surgery.
What did he use?
Probably a dirty blade.
Saw?
Like, they didn't clean anything.
No, like,
wait, what year?
1847?
Yeah.
That was a dirty blade he'd used on multiple people.
Hey.
What did he use to get it done in 25 seconds? Taking out 3 fingers.
He was probably just being super forceful with his hacksaw.
Guillotine.
Sword? I don't know.
Or an axe.
An axe. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I was thinking like a dirty fucking axe.
Because, man, a bone saw would take it
Yeah,
down.
I mean, so even then, at some point, the assistant would know that his fingers were going.
Right.
He was holding it. The guy missed by a few inches. Missed by and took out the fingers.
Oh,
and then everybody died of infections, and the one dude died of shock.
Because it was so graphic and awful.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's no shit. Like,
aren't you glad we have antibiotics now?
Antibiotics and, medical procedures.
Germ theory.
The whole
germ theory.
Germ theory.
Is that really, like...
Yeah.
A thing? Like, people, germ theory? How's it a theory?
Well, at one point, they didn't know germs existed.
Okay.
But then, it's a theory like evolution's a theory.
Yeah.
In the scientific world, a theory is as close to fact as you can get.
Yeah.
So evolution is a theory in that it has been basically proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that it is true.
Yeah.
Same thing with germ theory. It's been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that it is true.
Until proven
but
right.
Like hospitals.
But because it's science, you don't want to have an absolute.
But
theory is
seen
absolute.
Germs.
Right. Now.
Yeah,
but initially, when they first started talking about it, they knew that
they existed.
They existed, but they hadn't actually seen them with like a microscope or anything yet.
And
They
that's
didn't have powerful enough
That's
microscopes.
the reason why the ERs are cold.
Yeah, I know.
Kills germs.
And they go through a lot of stuff to keep that shit sterilized too.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't realize it was a theory. I just figured they figured it out.
Like, it was...
One day, some guy was looking through a microscope and was like, "What's up? I found a germ," or this new creature. I don't know.
Yeah, I
never put much thought into it ever at any point in time about how germs came about.
Yeah, it was a while before they knew that it was like
existed.
an actual thing.
What did they think
I don't know exactly.
illnesses were before?
I really don't know. I think they figured out that cleaning up and keeping things sterile was a good way to prevent infection and whatnot.
Yeah.
Long before they knew what it was that was causing the infection.
Right. Huh.
But I'm not a medical historian, so I don't know for sure.
Right. Okay. So Julius Caesar was kidnapped by some pirates who demanded ransom of 25 gold pieces for his release, and he got pissed off and said that he was worth no less than 50 gold pieces.
He got mad because they undervalued him?
Yes.
Of course.
He's such a pompous...
If they had said 50, he'd have said 75.
Exactly. He's like, I'm worth so much more than just that.
Than whatever it is you just said.
He's such a narcissistic, egotistical asshole that no matter what you had said, he would have thought it was undervalued.
Probably.
What a fucking douche. Fucking Greek douche.
Yeah.
I think he got stabbed.
No, he wasn't Greek, he was Roman.
Yeah, he was Roman.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, father of computer science, code breaker of famous Enigma code of the Germans in World War II, and father of artificial intelligence, Alan Turing, committed suicide because he was going through hormonal treatment for homosexuality and was basically barred from continuing his work because he was a gay man.
I'm just glad we have some sort of LGBTQ rights now.
Even if they're trying to take them away, which is really fucked. I could go on about that too for ages.
Yep.
Alright, that's the end of that.
Alright.
Finally, yes. Alright, that is the end of our really long 1 hour and 4 minutes podcast. A little bit longer now that I've done that. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Follow us at Eli Podcasts if you're listening, because I messed up and excluded my mom somehow. God, I'm so selfish. And if you like this, hit that like button.
Ever.
Whatever. I'm the best one you've got.
Whatever.
Anyways, hit that like button, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, comment in the comment section down below. Let us know what you would like to hear next time.
What we got wrong in this podcast.
Any thoughts or feelings you have towards anything, just let us know. And we'll see you guys next week at 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 5, 4, 3.